Okay, in lesson 2 of mod 2, our objective is to estimate multi-digit products by rounding factors to a basic fact and using place value patterns. Now, we're going to be using estimation a lot this year in order to verify our answers are correct. A lot of times you can avoid real small mistakes just by doing an estimation first and then solving the problem. Let's start with number 1. And we're going to come down to number C since it's already been done for us. And what we're going to do is we're going to round these to the closest number, and we're going to base it on the place value that each one has the greatest place value. So here we can see 8,840 would be rounded to the closest, which would be 9,000. 45 is going to be rounded to the closest 10, which is going to be 50. And that allows us, from what we did yesterday, we know 9 thousandths times 5 tenths would equal 9 times 5 would be 45. And we have thousands times tens, that'd be 10 thousandths. So when we write that, we know we got 45, and the 5 is going to be in the 10 thousandths position, so I know I have to put 4 zeros in. And that gives us 450,000. So reasonable estimate is 450,000. Now, the way you would normally see that would be 8,840 times 45 would be approximately, and that's what that squiggly equal sign means, 450,000. Now, the biggest mistake most students make here is they will multiply the two out, and I'm going to do this. This is what you're not to do. This is a not to do. Let's say we have 8,840, and we're going to multiply this times 45. So we know 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 4 is 20, 8 times 5 is 40, plus 2 is 42, 8 times 5 again is 40 plus 44. Now we're actually going to multiply 40, but we're going to put a placeholder here, and 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 8 is 32, and 1 is 33. And 4 times 8 is 32, and 3 is 35. When we add them up, we got 00879, 39,000. Now, what most students do at this point, they take it and say, okay, I'm going to round it, and this will round to 400,000. Okay? Notice a big difference in answer. Okay, now this answer is one they will put there as a bad answer because they know that most students have a tendency to work it out and then round the answer. But the idea is for you to mentally be able to do it, and that's why you're rounding it to 9,050. So you get 9,000 times 50, so you can do that in your head. So not to do. Okay. Okay, expressions. You can see the first one was done. They rounded 3,409 ones times 73, and they rounded it to 3,000 times 70, and they were able to come out with 210,000. I'll do the second one with you. I'll do C with you. So I know 9,832 is going to be close to 10,000. It's closer to 10,000 than it is to 9,000. Times 39, I know is closer to 40 than it is 30. Now I know I got 4 times 1 is 4, and I can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 place values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd end up with 400,000. Now, when the bottom one's down here, on E, once again, it says hundreds. I'm going to round this. I know this would be close to 900 hundreds. 85 tens would be closer to 90 tens. So I basically have 900 hundreds times 90 hundreds, and I'm going to end up with 81,000 hundreds. And I know this last one has to be in the hundreds place, so I have to actually add 2 zeros. 81000 and 2 more zeros. So we end up with 8,100,000. Estimated answer to a multiplication problem is 800,000. Which of the following expressions result in the answer? Okay, so I'm just going to estimate two of them for you, and we'll see if I know this one here is 8,000 times 10, and this one over here in C would be 8,000 times 100. Now, there could be more than one. Now, it says 800,000. Well, I know 8 times 1 is going to give me 8, and I have 4 zeros in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 80,000. So this one was not the correct answer. Okay? 8,000 times 100. So I know I have 8,000, and I'm adding 2 zeros. Okay. This one here works. This is a good answer. Okay. Now you have to check this one, and you have to check this one. There could be more than one answer. Question number 4. In the blank, fill the blank with a missing estimate. Okay. I'm going to do B. I know 627. I know 627 is closer to 6 than it is 700. So I'm going to put, 600 here. And I know that 674 is closer to 700 than it is to 600. And this makes sense because 6 times 7 is 42, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 4 zeros. It matched. Question 5. In a single season, the New York Yankees sell an average of 42,362 tickets for each of their 81 home games. About how many tickets do they sell for an entire season of home games? Okay. So I read the first one just to get the gist. I'm going to read it again this time, and I'm going to underline and circle some important information. In a single season, the New York Yankees sell an average of 4,362 tickets for each of their 81 home games. That's telling me it wants me to estimate how many tickets do they sell for an entire season. Well, if I wanted to find out exactly how many, I'd go 42,362 times 81 games would give me my answer. And I can see that because here I would do the total, and that's what I'm looking for. And one of them here, I would put 42,032, 62. And I usually draw an arrow like this saying I know there's 81 of those. Okay? Now, if I was to estimate this, I would look at 42,362, and I'm going to round that to the closest 10,000s. And I can see this is closer to 40,000 than it is to 50,000. So I'm going to go with 40,000 times 81 is closer to 80 than it is 90. So I'm going to go 80. So I know 4 times 8 is 32. And I can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 place values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 place values. So we can say that this is approximately 3,200,000 tickets.